Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm making some dinner right now. I got the pasta right there. I still need to strain it, and I got some chicken right there that I still need to marinate. I got the malila powder. Yep. I got some garlic powder. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna get to that right after this. I'm gonna cook. Oh, speaking of food, there's something that has been bothering me, and haven't been able to talk about it. And it's that I've noticed a lot of Indian girls can't cook. And you're sitting there right now, and you think, "Oh, I can't cook. It's all right. I'll just make peanut butter sandwiches for the rest of my life." No, that's not cool. Okay. I think it's great that you guys are becoming more independent, becoming doctors and pharmacists and engineers, and not relying on your husband. I think that's awesome. I'm not a feminist, but I'm not a chauvinist. I'm kind of right there in the middle. Um, I think that's great, but I don't want to come home from work and have my kids eating drywall either. So that's just something I just wanted to get out of my chest, out of my head, my chest, whatever it is. Okay. There's some other things that have been bothering me. I've noticed that a lot of girls are wearing high heels to the club. Not just Indian girls, girls in general. A lot of girls wear high heels to the club, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Because what happens? One of two things happen. The first thing that can happen is you break your you break your ankle. You break your ankle at the club, and you ask me to take you home. You ask me to carry you home over a hill, through some water, over a bridge. I mean, whatever it may be, you ask me to take you home, and I'm not doing that. I'll take you. The only place I'll be taking you is a dumpster, okay? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Either that happens, which really doesn't too much happen anyways. Either that happens or the second thing happens. Second thing happens is you get to the club after like 2 3 minutes. You're like, I can't stand these heels. So you take off your $1,000 heels and you carry them like this. You carry them like this. They're just kind of drooped over, and you hold them like this. This is my universal symbol of get the hell out of here. Why are you wearing high heels to the club? Anyone that sees me, you got will have this interconnection. Just remember this. Okay. So you're wearing them like this, and you got your purse on the other side of you, and you have this, and you just look like a tourist. You look like you're going to Disney World. Okay, you got the purse. You might as well have a fanny pack, and that'll set off the outfit. You know what I'm saying? Please do not wear fanny packs to the club. I was just kidding about that. Okay, I'm gonna invent something. I'm thinking about inventing it. It's kind of like a glue, but it's like a super version of a glue. So and then you can just stick it in your purse, and whenever you get to the club and you're tired of holding them like this, you can just take the glue out, glue the soles, and then stick them to the side of your face. Because you look as ridiculous as carrying them like this. I'm just telling you honestly, I just doesn't make sense to me. Um, Another thing that I've noticed is a lot of these clubs. I haven't been out for a while, I haven't been out for a while, I'm not gonna lie. But I have noticed this once in a while. Is a lot of these clubs have these Indian nights, these Indian events, and a lot of Indians get together in the club. And when I first heard this, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have the time of my life. I cannot wait. Me and my friend were just so hyped. And we get to the club, and this is exactly what I see. I open the doors, and I see Indian girls dancing with each other and Indian guys dancing with each other. And then I was thinking to myself, I think a lot. So I was like, how does this happen? This is not, I don't understand. Like, just doesn't make sense to me. So then I was thinking, and then I finally noticed it by the end of the night. I saw what happened. There's three steps that happen. And there's a prologue. Here, let me give you the prologue first. First of all, when Indian girls, when Indians get together in the club, girls don't want to seem promiscuous, so they dance with other Indian girls, and they're usually friends, cliques, whatever you call it. And so they'll form little circles, little lines, little bridges, railroads, whatever you want to call them. They have these little things inside the club, and these Indian girls have these things in the club. And so these Indian guys try to dance with the girls, and what happens is they just brush them off and they kind of just reject them. That's the first step. That's the first step is rejection. Then what happens? Next step is frustration. And so, not me personally, but I know a lot of people that drink. And so when you're frustrated, a lot of people drink, and it's convenient because there's a bar right there. So a lot of these guys get frustrated and then go to the bar. They drink, they take shots after shots after shots. I saw this one guy taking shots for like 10, 20 minutes straight. I was appalled. And then right after that, the first step, rejection. Second step, frustration. Third step is I just call it straight dumbassness because there's nothing, I can't equate that word to anything as messed up as what I saw next. What I saw next was this guy kind of heavier set guy, not big, just heavier set. So, but I could tell he wasn't wobbling, but I could tell he was inebriated. So what happened is he can't dance with any of these girls. So then he starts doing bunga with this other guy, and I'm just thinking to myself, this is why am I here? This is just a waste of my night, and it was just absolutely sad. Indian girls dancing with each other, Indian guys dancing with each other, and this is my. It's like a public service announcement. Please, please, please stop doing this. I mean, I know you Indian girls do not want to seem promiscuous, and we. I mean, we as guys, like we want to dance, obviously, and I'm not doing bunger with a guy. I'm not grinding on a guy, and I'm sure we'll get to that point if you keep doing these little Indian circles and girl circles or railroad circles or whatever you call them in the club. We just need to stop it. I'm gonna break it up. Next time I see one, I'm legit gonna just go in there like this and just do one of these, and then maybe I can push everyone away. Maybe I'll get kicked out, but I'll feel like I did something good that day. Um, Another thing doesn't have to really do with any of those. Another thing I noticed is our names, Indian names. No one's really have has talked about this. Like Indian names. It's surprising. I challenge you to ask your parents how they named you, why they named you what you're named, and how they came up with it. Like the story behind it. So my name is Emil, by the way. Nice to meet you. My name is Emil, spelled Emil, and to me it never sounded Indian. Maybe because it's not. So so I hold up. So I asked my dad. My dad told me my whole life that he named me after his neighbor, and I always thought he was joking. I was always laughing about it, like, "Haha, Dad, you're so funny." And so last week, a couple weeks ago, I asked him again, and this time he was for real. Like he had a serious face and stuff, and I was like, "So you named me after your neighbor? I don't get it." And he told me that his neighbor was this is the part that hit me. His neighbor, it was in New Jersey. He named me after his Norwegian neighbor, who happened to also be Down syndrome, and yeah, that's how my dad named me, and it's kind of sad. It is kind of sad. So Emma was my name. It's a good name. It's a great name. I'm just kidding. I love my name. But anyways, he told me. I asked him. I was like, "So what if you didn't have this Down syndrome Norwegian neighbor? What would you have named me?" And he said to me, he was like, "Well, my dad. Well, it was the whole my dad's side of the family. So he was like, yeah, me and your uncle were gonna name you Rockefeller." And I was like, thank thank Jesus that you did not name me Rockefeller. And this next name, he told me, this next name straight up killed me. I could not stop laughing because it doesn't make sense to me. And it's possibly the number one worst name I have ever heard. I can't even believe it came out of his mouth because it's just ridiculous. And the name was Max Factor. All right, let me label this out for you. Max Factor. That would have been my first name, like Maxfactor. That would have been my first name, Max Factor. That sounds like I don't even know what that sounds like. It sounds like a video game. It sounds like Vin Diesel in some sci-fi movie. It's just ridiculous. So I mean, it's crazy. I don't want to name any names, but I have a friend who she was born and she actually didn't have a name. She didn't have a name for 2 weeks. So she was born and she didn't have a name for 2 weeks, and someone suggested a name and they finally gave her a name. So for 2 weeks she was nameless. It's fun. It's nice to know how you were named and how everything came about. So I just challenge you guys to do that. And please, if you guys are hungry, please come over because I love to cook and maybe I'll cook you something. Okay. So I'll see you guys later. Maybe in another video. I don't know when, but maybe tonight. I don't know. I'm just kidding. All right, guys. How do I turn this off? I still haven't figured it out. Sad.